Good morning, dear students. We are studying about the chapter, The Legend of the Northland, and we studied this chapter in the beginning part of that we have studied. So, and we know that it is about a story of Saint Peter came to visit a woman, and this Saint Peter had asked her to give some cakes. And she made cakes. She had a lot of cakes in her store, but she was not willing to give this cake to the Saint Peter. Then she thought of making a new cake, and when she made it, she even though she started making it with as a small one, but when she made it, she found it as a very big. So she was not willing to hand it over to the Saint Peter. So she made another cake which is even smaller, and that also became very much big. Or she felt that this is also very much big, and at last she took a very small piece of dough, and she made a very small cake just like wafers, but that also she was not willing to give away. Okay, so then this was the story that we have studied. So what happens after that we will study. Then good Saint Peter grew angry, for he was hungry and faint, and surely such a woman was enough to provoke a saint. So when after going or after seeing the behavior of this lady, Saint Peter became very much angry. So because she was hungry. So normally people when they are hungry, they feel angry, isn't it? So this is quite natural, and the Saint Peter was there, and not only because he was hungry, but he understood the behavior of this lady, and after that he became very much angry, and he said, "You are far too selfish to dwell in a human form, to have both food and shelter and fire to keep you warm." And he said that you are not eligible to be in the human form, or you are too selfish to be in the form of a human being. You are not supposed to be in the human form, and you are having all the facilities. You are having food, shelter, and fire to keep you warm in the winter season. So all the facilities are provided. And even after getting, like whenever we are getting some facilities, good facilities are there. So it is our responsibility to take care of the other people, or we have to also protect the other people, those who are not having these facilities. Okay, so when we are having we are having very good food items to eat, but we should also think that there are people, those who are not having food to eat. So however possible that we have to help those people and help them to have some food at least. So we have to help the people, other people also, our own neighbors, our own village people are there. So it is our responsibility to see to it that the people are suffering, and we have to understand them, and we should try to help them. So it is our responsibility. We cannot say that we are having everything and everything is for us, or it is given by, or it is because all the things that we are having is a gift of God. We cannot say that it is of our own, or we cannot say that it is because of my own ability that I have made it. So sometimes people, they say that we made it because of our own efforts, our own hard works. But it is not just because of our hard work, because if you are doing a lot amount of hard work, but it is not necessary that you are going to be successful in that. There is God's blessing is very much required in that. So if we are something, then that is only because of the grace of God or blessing of God. So we have to be thankful to God, as well as we should be ready to help other people. So here the Saint Peter is telling that you are having all the facilities, you are having food, shelter, and fire to keep you warm. All these facilities are provided, but you are not being so much selfish. You are not ready to hand over these things to any poor person. So you are not worthy to be a human being. Okay. Now you shall build as the birds do, and shall get your scanty food by boring and boring and boring, and all day in the hard dry wood. So then he said that now you are going to be a bird. You shall build as the birds do. So you will do like you will make your house or the nest just like the birds do, and you shall get your scanty food by boring and boring all day in the hard dry wood. So you have to bore, you have to work hard for your food, you have to make hole. You might have seen that these woodpeckers are there, so they come and they will be hitting on the wood and make hole, and inside that there may be some worms or some small insects will be there, so they are eating that. So in order to find out this one, they have to work a lot, they have to bore so much hard, dry and hard wood. They have to bore it and find out whether any insects are there or not. So this work they have to do. So you also will be doing this work all throughout the day. Then up she went through the chimney, never speaking a word, and out of the top flew a woodpecker, for she was changed to a bird. So now we can see from the top of the chimney there was a woodpecker flying. Okay, they went up the chimney. There was a never speaking a word. She was unable to speak any word because she was transferred to a bird. Out of the top flew a woodpecker, for she was changed to a bird. The lady was transferred to a bird, and out of the chimney the bird was flying off. Okay, so the chimney, you might have seen that in the houses earlier when the people were using firewood, in order to in order for the smoke to go out, they make a tunnel like thing or a pillar like they make, and inside that the smoke used to go out. So the fire and all is there. So in that through the chimney the the smoke will be going out. So for that it is made. She had a scarlet cap on her head, and that was left the same, but all the rest of her clothes were burned black as a coal in the flame. So there was a scarlet cap. There was a cap, or the lady was wearing a scarlet cap on her head, and that was left the same. So you can see that there is a cap on the head of the woodpecker. So the author says that this cap was the cap which was held by, which was on the head of the lady. Okay, so that cap was remaining just as it is, and the remaining all the dresses and other things were burned, and her entire body was burned and made it into blackish color. So it just became like or the clothes were black as coal in the flame, just like coal you might have seen. So the coal's color is black. So same, just like the coal. Coal is also like the dried part of that. So it became just like that, just a pure black, fully blackish color it became. And every country schoolboy has seen her in the wood where she lives in the trees till this very day, boring for food. So he says that every schoolboy, every country boy can see the birds. So if you just go in the village, you can find that the birds are there. The woodpecker is making hole and catching these insects and so on and eating. So he says that, the author says that the story is there. So all the village people can see the birds, or even the children, they will be able to see the bird. That even nowadays the woodpecker is coming and hitting on or boring on the wood and finding out their food. So they will be finding out some small insects and so on. Okay. So this is the end of the story, and this story is whether it is true or not, that we don't know. Whether like Saint Peter came and cursed a lady and made it into a woodpecker. So this may not be a reality. So, but this is just a story. But the real idea that is given behind this one is that we should not be selfish. Okay, so we should not live for ourselves. We have to live for others, and the things that we are having. See, if there are so many, plenty of things are there, so maybe all are there, so you can see your family members and you yourself are there. So we are blessed with a lot amount of blessings, but not only we have to be thankful to God for the blessings that we have received, and not only just being thankful, but we have to should have a good mind to share our own things with the other people. Okay. So however possible way that we can possible to help other people, that we should help. Okay, so that is what the meaning given. If we are having good food items, so we have to see to it that our neighbors or our own village people, if anybody is suffering, or if there anybody is not having food, then we should try to give them some food. Some of people those who are not having proper clothes, and we are wearing very high quality clothes, like purchasing one shirt for 2,000 rupees, 5,000 rupees like that, and wearing and using. So, but there are people, those who are not able to purchase a shirt for 200 rupees also. So such type of people are there. So when we are using good facilities are provided to us, we have to help the other people also in the possible ways that we are having. Okay, it is not necessary that everything that we are having should be shared with other people, but we should at least some portion of some 10% or 20% of the wealth that we are having, we have to share with the other people also. We should see to it that it is not necessary that anybody who is coming and demanding for the product or anything is asked, then we have to give. It is not like that. We have to find out whether the person is genuine, whether the person is actually not having. So we have to observe the things, like in our own classmates itself. There are some people, those who are coming, they are unable, some are unable to pay the fees, or some are unable to even have food. So like you are bringing tiffin and eating, and some people are not bringing. So if in your class, if there are some people, those who are not regularly bringing tiffin, some may be not bringing tiffin, even they are having plenty of things in their home, but also they may not be bringing. But some people may be genuine. So like some students are there, they don't have anything in their home, much food is not there, or their parents are not, like some children are there, their mother died, or their mother is not at home. Parents, even father and mother, both are not at home. Some are staying in hostel and coming, so, or in a rented room they are staying and coming to the school for study purpose, because their parents are away from there, so there are nobody to cook and give food for them. So there are so many different type of people are there. So when you are bringing some food, it is good that you can share your own food to other person if he is a genuine person. So you may be willing to share your food with your friends. Mostly like when you are having lunch and all, we have seen that many are sharing food and eating. But you share with the person who is having already, and you, because you are giving your own portion to the other person, and you get it back from what food that they have brought. But it is very good to see that there are some people, those who are not having anything to eat, or maybe in our own classes it will be there, or even outside there are some people, those who are not having food to eat. So it is our responsibility to find them out and help them in the possible way that we are having. Okay, so now this is a coronavirus situation, and it is not possible that you will search for the people who is not having food and provide them. So I am not telling that now you have to do. If whatever possible ways that we can help other people, so we should help. That is the message of this chapter. Okay, so when we are studying this one, we have to see to it that we should be ready. The willingness to help should be there. Okay, so that if that kind of attitude, if we are able to help other person, then it is the way that we can help. It is not possible that some people may be saying that I don't have money that I can help. Not only money, you can share your knowledge. So if you are good in studies, you can help a person in studying. That itself is a help. It is not necessary that you have to give food to a person, you have to give money to a person. It is not only the way that you can help. So possible ways, okay, you are helping a person to study. A weak student is there just sitting beside you, so he is unable to study, so you help that person in studies. That itself is like a sharing. So whatever way possible that we can do, that we should share with others. Okay, so that's such a way we can become good people and do help for other people. Okay, I will be sending you the question answers. You can write them down in your notebooks and complete your notebooks and study nicely. Okay, thank you so much.